Hello again, everyone. Today I have another small selection of fountain pen inks to swatch for you all. These were purchased in various places and came with different orders, so they weren't all from one place, but they were kind of random as far as other inks that I've gotten recently, so I decided to I keep saying squash lately. Squatch. It's to squatch them together. So this is the Pelikan Edelstein Mandarin ink. I think I got this from Endless Pens. And then this is kind of an interesting one. This is a Rohrer and Klingner sketch ink called Frida. It's basically like a dark blue. This one I think I got either from Jackson's or a different art supply store. I can't remember. I'll take a look and put a link to that. And then this one, this Kyono Oto Adzukiro ink, I think I got from Shigure Inks. So I will put a link to all of these inks below, and I will also put a link to my fountain pen swatch book, which I always put a link to. I'm going to be using all the tools that are referenced in that video and linked to, including this 3A automatic pen and also this glass dip pen. So off to the side, I have a pot of water and a paper towel to clean up in between. And then I'm going to get to our little page marker here. And I also have some Cola Ring swatch sheets that I'm going to swatch on today as well. So I already have some inks here on the other page. I'm going to cover those up so they're not distracting, and then put these here. So I'm going to put these inks off to the side, and let's go ahead and start with the Mandarin ink. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, but I may go sort of back and forth because I need to kind of make sure that I'm not smearing the samples when we come to one versus the other of these samples that I'm doing. This is Tomoe River paper that is in this notebook here. But again, all the details are in that video that I will reference. I'm going to put most of these off to the side here. Just get one. So this is an interesting ink. I've heard that it is supposedly a matching ink for the what is it? The Red Tortoise M600 from Pelikan, but I also thought that it was out for a long time before that, so I'm not really sure if it was made specifically for that. I got it from Endless Pens because they always have really great deals on, this is from their Hop Drop deal. They have those every Friday, and sometimes they have inks. Oh, this is kind of interesting. It's a little bit light, but I'll be interested to see how it shows up in writing to see if we can actually read it pretty well, but it's pretty true orange there. All right, and then I'm also going to put it on this little swatch sheet, and what I've done here is I've just used a square template to make these little squares that I then color in with the ink. Basically going around the edge so that we can create that clean line, or mostly clean line. And then I fill in the middle. And usually these absorb quite a bit of ink, because this is pretty absorbent paper being used on these. Oops, went a little bit outside the line there, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to rinse off my tool here. Yeah, and this was just an ink I kind of wanted to try. I don't know if I would have tried it out at full price. Let's go ahead and say Pelikan Edelstein, because they also have a normal brand or a normal line of ink. And supposedly the Edelstein is a little bit more wet than that normal brand of ink usually runs. So let's, Oops, I've already touched my finger to that sample. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm also going to try and do an ink ring. So I do that by just putting the bottle upside down and then opening it back up. Put that there. Oh yeah, that worked out pretty well. So there you go. It's definitely showing up much, much brighter on the coloring paper than it is on the Tomoe River paper, but it looks like you could easily read it in writing. I'm going to put this off to the side and go on to the next one, but I will bring that back and then show you all of these closer to the camera towards the end here. So this is Kyono Oto Adzukiro, which is a really lovely color. I've really been enjoying this already in some pens. Let's see, it'd be interesting to see if I'll be able to make a coloring with that one. Yeah, this is a color that had been on my wish list for a while, and I was trying to get free shipping from Sugar Inks with my Troublemaker inks that I swatched recently on the channel. And I figured I would go ahead and get one of the inks that was on my wish list. Okay, so I've really been impressed with these Kyono Oto inks. They're really, really pretty. Sometimes they can run just a little bit dry. This one does not, it seems to me anyway. Okay, add some more ink. But yeah, these swatch sheets really suck up the ink. All right. So this is Kyono Oto. Is it with one T? Yes. And then this is Adzukiro. Yeah, just one I. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm going to try the ring at the top. I mean, really, these are just kind of a fun way to show off the ink on the card. Okay, I'm going to put that here. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's really like night and day, actually, this brightness versus the one on the Tomoe River. These are closer, but again, I'm still going to leave those off to the side and bring them back at the end. Let me get my other swatch card here, the last ink. So this is a sketch ink, and it is also, oh, sorry, didn't seem like I was getting my image here. Okay, so it's also permanent ink. So you can watercolor over that, which is why I got this. And yeah, it says for fountain pens, rollerball pens, and brushes, and it is waterproof. They're claiming waterproof. A lot of things only claim water resistance. So let's see. Let's see how that goes. Really pretty color. I might want to shake this up just a little bit more. Sometimes with permanent inks, you can kind of get some separation. And I was kind of noticing that there. I'll shake that off camera so you're not getting seasick from that. Yeah, because you can see there's some gathering down in the bottom here. So I'm going to try and shake that up really good. Probably should have done that beforehand. Because yeah, you're seeing we're breaking through that little bit of pigment there on the bottom. And I've never tried the Rohrer Klingner permanent inks yet. So I think that might be as good as it's going to get for now. Let's go ahead, because now we've got a big bubbly bottle of ink here. Let's see if we can even get a swatch with that. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I have not tried their permanent inks. I've only tried their regular inks. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, this swatch is not satisfactory, mostly because the ink is all bubbling up. Let me make sure you can see that. It is a lovely dark color, dark blue. Oops. I may need to go back into the ink more times than I would normally go into because it's not gathering as much ink on the automatic pen, although I think we may be able to, well, let me get a little bit more. Because I don't want there to be a whole bunch of streaking either. Okay, so let's leave it at that. I'm gonna wash off my automatic pen, which now has this ink all over it. Yeah, I'm curious as to whether it will cause some issues for the dip pen as well. Let's see, it seems to be okay. And how do you spell Rohrer and Klingner? Let's see. And this is Sketch Ink Frida, which I think, yeah, it actually is IE Frida. Okay, now I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna put that to the side so that I don't smear that. Okay. That actually worked out okay. All right, turn that around and I will do another ink ring. So yeah, I would definitely suggest shaking this rigorously before use, and then also probably giving it a little bit of time to settle after you've shaken it. Okay, There we go. Oh, and we got a little bit of this because of there was a bubble formed on the top, but that's kind of cool actually. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring back the other two. But yeah, super, super brighter on this paper. It's quite pretty on this paper. It seems a little dull to me on the Tomoe River paper by comparison. This would probably work well on the Cosmo Air Light paper, because the Cosmo Air Light paper is probably a little bit more like this in texture. It absorbs a little bit more of the ink, but it's still not an exact match to this, but it's probably more like this than it is like Tomoe River. Okay, and then I'm going to show you this one. This is a little bit darker on this swatch, but not crazily so. It definitely looks a little more red here than purple. Really, really pretty though. I love this ink. It's one of my new favorites. And then here is this Rohrer Klingner. It actually shows up pretty similar on the two papers as far as what it looks like. I would probably be using this on watercolor paper, so watercolor paper would be closer to this. But like I said, the color is showing up pretty similarly in both. Oh, there's that, and then I'll show you these close up. A little disappointed with the Mandarin on the Tomoe River paper, but we'll see. I haven't tried it in a pen yet, so I'll try it in a pen and see what I think. All right, well, that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Feel free to comment down below, or if you have a question, please ask me and I'll get to it when I can. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.